What was Abraham from the Bible's native language? I'll give you a hint. It probably wasn't Hebrew. Wait, what? Isn't he like the first Hebrew? Like, there's theories that even the name Hebrew comes from the name Abraham. But if we look at the historical context of Abraham's life, like there isn't really a way he could have been speaking Hebrew. The first reason is he's estimated to have lived almost 1,000 years before biblical Hebrew was even written down. So even if Hebrew was descended from the language that he spoke, it would still be pretty different. Like I guarantee you, you would not understand English from 1,000 years ago. But what makes things even more complicated is that many scholars don't even think Hebrew existed as an independent language at that time. It's almost like if you said Julius Caesar spoke Spanish. Like no, he spoke Latin, which in some places developed into Spanish, but it also developed into a lot of other stuff. So the Latin of Hebrew would be something like Proto-Canaanite. So Canaanite languages like Hebrew and Punic share a common ancestor, and at the time of Abraham, they might have still been kind of like one language. But Abraham probably didn't even speak that, because in the Bible, he's described as coming from somewhere where Canaanite languages weren't thought to have been spoken, the city of Ur. The Canaanite languages were northwest Semitic languages, but in southern Mesopotamia, where Ur was, they spoke East Semitic languages. And yeah, they're all Semitic, but those are not mutually intelligible at all. Like it's the difference between like Latin and Greek. So if we're talking about his native language, if he was from Ur, it would have likely been an East Semitic language like Akkadian, and he might have even known some Sumerian. Of course, if he traveled west, he definitely would have come into contact with northwest Semitic languages. So maybe he picked up some Amorite or Ugaritic on the way. And then yeah, maybe he learned some Proto-Canaanite at the end of his journey, which would eventually develop into Hebrew among other languages. But the Canaanite languages were already there, and there's evidence of this northwest-east split long before the time of Abraham. And this is based off of linguistic reconstruction, but also just tablets with northwest Semitic features that don't exist anywhere out east. Some evidence from biblical names suggests that Abraham might have spoken Amorite, which is more closely related to the Canaanite languages, but that would mean he probably wasn't from Ur. But either way, Amorite is still not thought to be ancestral to Hebrew. If you want to support deep dives like this, check out these linguistic themed shirts and hoodies in my bio.